we've got patients that we've been looking after for years, and their medical aids will then start going into business with these hospitals. For example, there are a lot of new psychiatric hospitals around. So I'll just use one that comes to mind. I've been treating a patient at Santon Clinic for years and years, and now their medical aid has bought Crescent Clinic, and the patient has to be treated at Crescent Clinic because that's all they'll pay for. And that's really an interesting dilemma, because it's all about dishonesty and the money that they are going to make.
You know, well, as we know, physicians are not permitted to have shares in hospitals. And I think Netcare tried years ago through NetPartner, for good motives, I think, to try and have that established, and didn't pan out. It's a difficult one to answer, because the medical aid will say, well, it's economy of scale. If we own our hospitals, we can run them efficiently, we can deliver better, lower cost per patient, and come up with all the usual answers. And I think the challenge would be to show, in fact, that that's not true. And it's really the bottom line profit which the medical aid is making. But even then, the medical aid will say, well, this is to the benefit of our members. I suppose the answer to that could be, well, medical aids are not supposed to be for-profit entities. So it's quite a debate. I think the bottom line is, as professionals, you need to get government on your side to reinforce your professional autonomy in the face of medical aids, which by and large are big business. It's really big business. I mean, there's one that's got a turnover in the billions every year, and there's quite a few not far behind. And, I got a visit years ago from a group of cardiologists from a very well-known private hospital in Johannesburg. And they were incensed because none of them were prepared to go onto the preferred supplier list, because the conditions were just so odious. And they were adamant that it was not in the patient's interest. And they came to you and say, what can we do? I said, well, we can litigate, but it's going to be damn hard, because so many of your colleagues are prepared to go into that, because it's money for jam. So they see more patients. They know, as you have told me, that it's less efficient, not in the patient's interest, but it's the bottom line is it's money. It's a difficult issue. So, from a legal perspective, there's not much one can do. You need institutionalized help. And the National Consumer Commissioner, if SAMA were to put up, with respect to each speciality within its membership list, just how and why this preferred service provider issue is not in the patient's interest, I think you'd find help from the National Consumer Commissioner. I've met with her. She's an impressive individual, and she's really committed to making a change.